Talking about identifying animals, it brings me to a poem that I have in store for you. It's called How to Tell Wild Animals by Carolyn Wells. Before I tell you more, let me introduce you to the poet. Carolyn Wells was born on June 18th, 1862 in the United States. She was a noted American writer, majorly remembered for her popular mysteries, children's books, and humorous verse. This poem, How to Tell Wild Animals, is a humorous poem in which the poet tells us how we may identify different wild animals. Let's read and find out more. How to Tell Wild Animals by Carolyn Wells. If ever you should go by chance to jungles in the east, and if there should to you advance a large and tawny beast, if he roars at you as you are dying, you'll know it is the Asian lion. Or if sometime, when roaming round, a noble wild beast greets you with black stripes on a yellow ground, just notice if he eats you. This simple rule may help you learn the Bengal tiger to discern. If strolling forth a beast you view, whose hide with spots is peppered, as soon as he has leapt on you, you'll know it is the leopard. 'Twill do no good to roar with pain, he'll only leap and leap again. How to Tell Wild Animals is quite a fun poem written by Carolyn Wells. In the poem, she has described different ways to identify the animals. But these ways are actually pretty much very risky. So let's move on and look into each stanza individually and understand the poem. Okay, let's start. In this stanza, the poet tells us how one can identify an Asian lion. She talks about the jungles in the east where these large animals are found. The Asian lion is a large beast, okay? It is like, say, brownish yellow in color. See, this is how the animal looks. Isn't it majestic? Also, its roar is so terrifying that one may almost die out of fear. And that's how one can identify the Asian lion. So in this stanza, the poet tells us how to identify a Bengal tiger. She says that if one is roaming around a jungle and comes across an animal with black and yellow stripes and the animal starts eating you, then it definitely is a Bengal tiger. See, this is how a Bengal tiger looks. Royal, isn't it? Do you notice the humor? Of course you notice the humor. Well, the poet indicates that it's definitely not a wise idea to be waiting as a tiger's food and for it to identify you. Anyway, moving on. Here the poet continues from where she left us earlier. So she says, as we move on into the jungle and come across an animal with black spots on its body, it's going to be a leopard. You know, this is how the animal looks. We can be doubly sure of this when the animal leaps on us. Because as hard as we may cry out of pain, the leopard will not care and will not leave you. Interesting? Yeah? Before we go on to the next stanzas, I just need a little break. So I will be back very soon, and until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Tutormate. For more amazing video lectures, download the free app on the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store.